Welcome back to the Fourth Down Show, guys. I am your host, Kicking It with Keith, and this is the AFC East Index Show, New England Patriots edition. I have waited 19 years to come to this screen and let you guys know Tom Brady is no longer a New England Patriot. And we're going to dive into this New England Patriot offseason right now because I cannot wait. Let's go! All right, so the New England Patriots entered last season as defending Super Bowl champions. As you can remember, they defeated the Los Angeles Rams. I hope I'm saying that right. And probably the worst Super Bowl ever. I actually fell asleep. But they did improve on their record during the season, this past season, from the Super Bowl winning team, going 12-4. Their defense played out of its mind for the first half of the season. And, something kind of changed, like, mid-November for this team. They were still playing formidably well, but it just wasn't the Patriots that we know kind of win comfortably. They were playing against, really good like competition, and it just didn't look like the Patriots we know to kind of like do their thing. It wasn't the most talented roster. We understand that, but even under Bill Belichick and with Tom Brady, they'll get to, do your job. They'll get the job done. But that wasn't the case for New England. Even though they did go 12-4, it wasn't impressive. We harp back to the Miami team. They went 5-11, but it was impressive. Like they played hard. They did their thing. They competed to every whistle to the very end of the game. And not saying the Patriots didn't, but something was off. And I think what was key in that, whole rust of play and out of sync and just not the Patriots I know to expect, especially under Bill and Tom, is the fact that we knew a divorce was on its way. We knew the divide between Bill Belichick and Tom Brady had run its course. And this is a divorce that's been in the making for maybe about the better part of 5 years. And it showed. And it showed so much in this playoff finale for Tom in a Patriots uniform where they lost to the Tennessee Titans. And it sums up that his last throw was a pick six, Logan Ryan of the Tennessee Titans. It was just a bad taste in everyone's mouth, especially if you're a New England Patriot fan. And now that Tom is gone, this team it's been 19 years. And what to expect from the Patriots now, we all know and trust Bill Belichick, but to not have Tom Brady behind center, I'm telling you, I don't even know. I don't think it's registered yet. We all know what's gonna happen, but until I see Tom Brady out there in the Tampa Bay uniform, I'm not sure how that's gonna register, especially from a rival, a rival fan base. I'm over the moon he's not there, but it'd be better if him and Bill weren't there together. So I guess that's next on the agenda, but who knows? We can't even get our own act together. But yeah, Tom Brady is no longer a New England Patriot, and kind of touching on that key departure, that wasn't the only one. There's a long list of departures from this Patriot roster from last season into this season, and if and hopingly, willingly we get an NFL season, this is gonna be a whole new Patriot-looking team. I truly don't know what to expect. It's kind of speechless. So just to run through some of the names that are no longer in New England. Philip Dorsett, wide receiver. Kyle Van Noy, we mentioned in the last episode, he's down with Coach Flores in Miami. You also got a Landon Roberts following him to Miami. Bill Belichick loves, molding his linebackers, and he's not going to have two of them that he's kind of groomed into what they are now. You also lost Jamie Collins. I feel like every other year Jamie Collins is in and out of New England. DT Danny Shelton, kicker Steven Gostkowski, who was kind of already at the point where he was losing, his Pro Bowl form. I don't really like to touch much on kickers, but just to name a few. And the real biggie is the situation with the COVID-19 opt-outs for this upcoming season. this is where they were hit extremely hard. The New England Patriots, you can't look at them with a grain of salt. You can't look at them glass half empty. You know, there's always a plan. There's always something in the mold. When opt-outs began to start rolling out and hitting the news, we all wondered, you know, maybe, you know, a few players here, a few players there, you know, maybe like a spread amongst all 32 NFL teams. And initially, it was just one Patriot after another, and after another, and it really broke like news waves when we heard that all pro linebacker Donta Hightower, Bill Belichick's baby, is opting out of the NFL season that's supposedly hopefully happening. With him opting out, that leaves a humongous hole, along with Kyle Van Noy, who just went to Miami, along with Landon Roberts, who went to Miami. Now you got, you know, the guy who you're relying on, your signal caller, to just not suit up. And we all understand the situation. He's a brand new father. God bless him. I think he made the right choice, to be quite honest with you. But you know, that's losing your quarterback on defense, essentially. You already lost your quarterback on offense. Now you're losing your quarterback on defense. That's a huge blow to the New England Patriots. I don't care how you spin it. You can't replace Donta Hightower, no matter what you may think, especially New England fans. That's, I don't know. Bill Belichick's going to have to pull one out of his ass with that one. Along with Hightower, we also saw opting out right tackle Marcus Cannon. Marcus Cannon's a really good offensive lineman. You know, Dante Scarnecchia, he's not there no more. He was the offensive line coach for New England, but he really made the best out of Marcus Cannon, and he was a very reliable right tackle. So now you don't got your quarterback. You know, he went down to Tampa. You don't have your all-star linebacker, and you don't have your reliable right tackle. Listen, and trust me, we're not done. We also saw Brandon Bolden, who's, you know, a really good Belichick guy. He'll even get on special teams for Belichick. You know, when called upon, he'll be very serviceable. Another big one was watching Patrick Chung actually opt out, and he's probably the second in line to be the signal caller for the defense after Hightower. That one was a big deal as well, and you know, the one that, you know, kind of stood out to me, it wasn't really that big of a deal, but you know, opportunity is right there for you. I don't really know why he opted out, but you know, tight end Matt LaCosse, he was with the team last season. Going into this season, I'm pretty sure he had all the reps coming his way, but he also opted out. So that we're going on at least like maybe like 10 guys no longer there who were there for like that Super Bowl run just 2 years ago. If Bill Belichick wanted to let everyone know he's the greatest coach ever, he's going to do so now with this roster. But with all the guys that left, we have a lot of guys that arrived. And most notably, Cam Newton. Cam Newton is going to be replacing Tom Brady in New England at quarterback. I am actually really excited. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm a big fan of Cam Newton at times. There's times where Cam Newton could be frustrating to me. I'm mad he's going to New England. Now I got to deal with him. You know, some may say he's already the best quarterback in the division. You know, but we're hearing he's not even guaranteed, you know, the roster spot. He's not even guaranteed to start. Who knows in New England, man? Bill Belichick, all we know is that he's the mastermind behind everything. But Cam Newton is going to be heading up to New England, and we're going to see if he's going to buy into the New England way. I'm pretty sure he's going to understand the do your job mantra. He's going to, you know, go in there and business as usual. I don't think Cam Newton has ever been, you know, subdued to the question of being a hard worker. I think he did everything and more in Carolina, and I think New England Patriot fans couldn't ask for a better replacement. This is not going to be your typical offense that you're used to, but maybe it could be something new. And along with bringing guys into the fray, they kept one with the franchise tag, which is the left guard, Joe Thuney. You know, you lost your right tackle, so at least you don't lose your left guard. And Joe's a really good guard. So that's a good look. Another quarterback that they brought into the fray, Brian Hoyer, who knows the system, who's played in New England in the past, you know, just in case something happens with Cam Newton's health. We all know how that story, you know, goes. You got Brian Hoyer to kind of steady the ship. They also brought in linebacker Brandon Copeland from my Jets. I was a big fan of Cope. He's going to do everything and more to just make sure that the coach knows that, he's a hard worker. And I love that about Brandon. No nonsense kind of linebacker, very straightforward. You know where you're getting with him. And Duron Harmon, that also helps in the safety position because they also lost Patrick Chung. And we all know about the New England Patriots when it comes to the draft. They tend to move around, whether it be moving up or whether it be moving back. You tend to get a feel for like what Bill's gonna do probably about 20 minutes into the draft. They moved back quite a bit here. Their first selection was safety Kyle Duggar. Kyle might actually start for Patrick Chung. He'll definitely get some reps. A lot of pro scouts were really high on Duggar. We'll see. He's definitely going to be out there. The second selection, Josh Unch from Michigan, is another linebacker who actually could start in the fray. There's plenty of openings on this defense. A rookie getting out there, making his name for himself. New England Patriot fans will love that. They also drafted 2 back-to-back tight ends, Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene. Again, reps are open. Go win the starting job. Young tight end with Cam Newton. We all saw what Cam Newton did with Greg down in, Carolina. So there's opportunities there. They also drafted a kicker, a guard, Michael Onwell, offensive tackle Justin Heron, linebacker Cassius Molia, and then center Dustin Woodward. I'll be quite honest with you, about 80% of this draft I've never even heard of. But if Bill Belichick drafted these guys, he sees something, and that's all you need to know. I'm not Bill Belichick. I'm nowhere near it. So if he sees something in these guys, and he's been criticized before in his drafts. We all know that. But if he could get something with what's going on right now and the climate we're in, especially with all the, the opt-outs, it's going to be a home run for Bill. And he's going to probably have his best, opportunity to prove to the world why he is the best coach to ever, pretty much walk. Let's jump into the depth chart for the New England Patriots. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, this gave me headaches trying to get this together for you guys because, man, listen, it's so different. It's, you want to just look at it on paper and say, this is ugly. But, it's going to work. Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, he's going to figure it out. You got Sony Michel in the backfield. We all know where you're going to get Sony Michel. Pretty straightforward running back. You still got Edelman. Everyone loves Edelman in New England. You know what you're going to get with him. You're going to get your dummy routes, your in and out breaks in the slot. Sanu and, former one-year pro N'Keal Harry from last season who really struggled. And we'll see if, the theory of Bill Belichick not being able to draft a wide receiver in the first round, if that can get diminished because N'Keal Harry, there's a lot of talent there, but the route running, it was poor last season and he couldn't get any type of separation. As you can see, I included rookie AFCEAST at the tight end position. Listen, Cam Newton likes tight ends, and if this kid and Cam, they can build some type of rapport, you'll see him starting. And speaking of Cam, I think he's gonna make this roster and he's gonna start. I think you're gonna see a brand new Cam Newton, motivated and ready to take on Bill Belichick and everything Bill throws at him. He'll learn the playbook. He's a smart football player, and I think Cam can work in New England. And if he can get on Bill Belichick's good graces, I think he'll be returning after this season. Up front, you got the Hogs. You got, Wynn on the left tackle spot from Georgia. I remember, he tore his ACL as a rookie. I think he's going to grow into that left tackle spot. On the opposite side, that right tackle position that, Marcus Cannon left open, you have your Denny Kajus, another, draftee from Bill, I believe from last season. He has an opportunity to win that position. And up front, you have Andrews Thuney, who is the best lineman on this team, and Mason at the right guard position. If we jump into the defense, listen, I tried my best to kind of put this together. I could be totally wrong here, especially with Bill Belichick, but you got the McCourtney brothers, one at safety, Devin, the one at corner, Jason. You have the rookie Duggar, and, at the other safety position. I think he'll win that, starting job, especially with the reps he's given. You have all-pro cornerback Stephongilmore. He is the lone bright spot here. I maybe on the team. He is the most impactful player that they have, and I don't think his play will diminish even in a poor roster or a poor season. though, even though this is being recorded before the opt-outs, for some odd reason, I think he may opt out. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on in his personal life, but it seems like a lot of important players are opting out for New England, and I'll touch on that at the end of this episode. As you can see in the middle, we have Bentley and Unch, another rookie. Unch, I feel like he'll win that starting linebacker spot. Chase Winovich on the outside. Michigan fans know him very well. I think he can grow into a Bill Belichick type of guy, especially with the hair. It's hard to miss him on the field. He'll probably, turn into that Rob Ninkovich kind of guy who's just everywhere around the ball. Opposite of him, you see John Simon. Up front, you have Wise, Allen, and Guy. And it's safe to say they don't really have a deep pass rush. And being that we have a lot of questions with the New England Patriots, maybe we could get some answers with the schedule. Because we all know pretty much Bill Belichick knows how to scheme week to week. So let's run through this pretty quick. Week 1, at home against the Dolphins. Usually gives Belichick some fits. So that'll be pretty interesting. Week 2, all the way out west to Seattle. Week 3, back at home against the Raiders. Then week 4, you're playing the champs in their house. I know there won't be any fans, but you're still heading to the champs' house. Right after that, week 5 versus the Broncos at home. Then you got your bye early. A very early bye for the Patriots, week 6. Week 7 at home again to the 49ers, who are also a Super Bowl team. Week 8, we're on the road to the Bills. We follow that up week 9 on the road again to the Jets. So you have your New York little, 2-week trip right there. Week 10, you're at home to the Ravens. That's going to be a very interesting game with Lamar Jackson playing against Bill Belichick's boys, especially with all the boys that are missing on this defense. Week 11 at Houston. Week 12 at home against the Cardinals. Week 13 at the Chargers, at the Rams. And then week 15 at the Dolphins. Wow, this is like a little bit of a combo right here of like little, trips. You're going West Coast for 2 weeks, then back East Coast. They're probably going to stay out in the West Coast up until week 15 where they got to go play Miami. That's tough, man. And then you finish it up week 16 against the Bills, week 17 against the Jets. Well, listen, this team, I don't know what to expect. I'm not going to put a record on it. I don't know what's going to happen with the season. I don't know if any more guys are going to be opting out. But I do think that Bill Belichick has a plan. And if I have to go out on a limb, I'd say, listen, it's a free hit, guys. He told a lot of his guys, hey, the guys who got a ring, listen, it's a free hit. We'll take it. We'll move on. I'll coach the team. We'll try our very best. We'll kind of be competitive in a very losing way, maybe. I don't know. It is the New England Patriots. I really can't see them losing very much, but I can very much see Bill saying, hey, listen, just this is the year you can take a hit, take it off. I'll be out on the sidelines. Just come back the year after when we're all safe and sound, God willing. And I wouldn't be surprised if guys like Gilmore, maybe the McCourtney brothers opt out when this video drops. Who knows, man? For the fan base, I hope they don't. You want to see your team as competitive as possible, but some people are out there throwing the theory that they're all in on Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. Bill Belichick may need a guy to replace Tom Brady with long term. That may not be Cam. Cam is already up there in age. So, listen, New England, all due respect, fuck you. I'm a Jet fan. It is what it is. But unbiased aside, you probably are the most interesting team to watch this season. And hopefully we have a season and we all can tune in. Listen, guys, like and subscribe below. We're going to be returning with our last episode of the AFC East Index show, the Buffalo Bills, who are in prime position to run away with, this division. Listen, you know the drill. Legends are made. 4th down. See y'all later.